want to figure out how to make this solvent thing. Get it set up.
Yeah, I can check it out there.
Hi there. Don't come in this way though. No, because the tranny seems to be intent on leaking.
Well, I was thinking that they're gonna want to do car stuff for a while, and I didn't get it on my walk-in today. Do you want to come with me?
I would, of course.
Okay. All right, we're gonna head out. We'll be
You're
gone
leaving?
like 20, 25 minutes.
Well, it's nice seeing you today.
We'll be back.
Do I need my sweater jacket?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab you one.
You want me to pull this over?
That is 70. Okay. 73 might fit in there.
Greg, did you jump up and down on the rear end of that car to make sure the springs seem to be okay?
I didn't do anything with it. What would you recommend?
I basically, remember when it was on the car,
Uh-huh.
somebody to get some weight on the rear end and go up and
Okay.
down on it and see if you get the same kind of flex on both sides, if you're getting the proper amount of flex.
Okay.
I think you can take them into a machine shop and they can measure them.
Oh. All right.
Ask.
I will. That's a good idea.
I know I've had to replace a leaf or two in the past.
Uh-huh. All right, so tell Pop about the project, because I have the stream going, so you can tell us all about it while you're telling him about it.
Yeah.
So you got a delay on that picture up there.
YouTube has a delay.
What should I talk about?
Well, introduce the project, like somebody doesn't know anything about it.
Oh, so introduce to the stream?
Yeah,
Not
that
Papa? Because Papa knows about the project.
you can sort of make a hybrid. How's that?
Well, like from the beginning?
Well, anything that you feel like you would want to know later, or somebody would want to know if they looked at it. So that's
Yeah, tell me about this.
Well,
How are you going to clean it?
that is for the what car?
Jaguar. That's,
Yeah.
That's a different one.
You're going to clean that now? You just got to get it out of here so you can work on your aircraft.
Correct. Yeah. I just put that up there. It's the leftover parts from the differential job I did on the other car. So I'm just putting them back together and then taking them outside.
Because you want to put some of your stuff up there.
Yep, for sure. Okay.
When do you bring the engine in?
Probably a couple weeks, I think is what the shop said.
How long do they need it?
I would guess a couple weeks. They just have a few machining procedures to do.
So you're going to leave it wire wheels?
Yeah, we got a new set of wire wheels.
Okay.
Dad, I also think we had we double ordered on something
Okay.
else. It's the pipe looking things.
On the front suspension? Yeah, the kingpins. We did that for the kingpins, that's true. Okay, I'm gonna play with this for a while and get it all set up, just like that, that's fine. Just need to figure out exactly how to hold it in there.
Okay. So that's something to.
It needs to be returned? Yes, it is.
I put that in the pile of action items
Great.
in that area.
That is perfect. So, I'll be right back. Put a piece of plywood on top.
Isabel, can you tell me how this is relative to your height? If you would want this much higher, or if it's good? Pretend you're doing the thing for real.
This is too high. I'm bending my knee. Too high relative to.
What? Too high?
I'm bending my knees
Yes, you are.
to make me shorter.
Oh,
So,
isn't that fun?
so this would be too high.
Okay.
This feels good.
Okay.
This feels okay as well. We're okay. This is too high. So this is great. A little shorter than two. So once we get here. 'Cause I like being able to look over the parts.
Okay, so that whole thing was just a little too cryptic for me. I need to raise this up a bit in order to finish the construction
That's okay.
of the table. How much can I raise it before you're going to say, oh, that's too high? You can use this as a reference. How much am I allowed to raise it before it doesn't make sense for you? 4 inches? If the top lip is here.
It's too high.
Well, okay, so pretend you're working on a part, right? We'll just pretend you're here and you're doing the thing and you're cleaning a part. You have your little hose and there's a part in there, like this shock absorber, and you're cleaning it. If I raise the shock absorber 4 inches, is that too high for you?
Typically, you want it as high as you can get it.
Right, because it's bending over. So this is 5 inches. Is that less work to clean?
I'm just thinking about.
Okay, so then this lip will also be 5 inches taller. So it's about this. Not that far down. Just about that far down to the bottom. Is that better? That looks better to me, like right here.
Is resting good?
You're resting here on this? Yeah. That's fine.
I mean, I'll press your dirt in. Because I haven't finished the whole block. So if you think I'll have a better experience with figured like this to my body.
Close, yeah. You're down a little bit. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But the higher you're up, actually, it's easier in your back, but it's also the more pressure you're going to be able to put. If you have a brush rather than having to push down, you're going to be able to put more pressure down.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's good. You need to raise it 5 inches?
Well, I need to do something underneath it to address the structure of the table. So raising it a bit will be yes.
Sounds like 2 to 6 inches.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do, something like that. So
So we're back to the bathroom.
I think I'm gonna start with a piece of plywood, and then I'll do that. Stuff. Yeah, that'll be good. Then we'll roll around. So one of these weeks we're gonna go see Milroy. Good. He invited us down, and he's been super busy with.
No, and actually, this last week they've both been sick.
Oh,
Good.
well then good. We'll wait a little bit longer.
If you want to consider putting wheels in the front too, or not the front, but the other end,
Okay.
I'm just thinking you can always put locking wheels on, just for moving it around. Once you have maybe a part or two in there, and of course you're going to have a. I guess the canvas will be sitting to the outside somewhere, or you can have a floor on here.
I'm going to try to put it underneath. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do that.
Because you can put a floor across on the bars. But when you do that, it's going to get a little bit heavy.
Okay.
Have something to move around.
Okay.
You might want to put an extra set of wheels on.
Okay.
Harbor Freight has all sorts of wheels.
Yeah.
Problem with all this is where you're going to store it.
Well, we're going to set it up to work like this for a while, and then I'll probably just take it apart when we're done with that phase. Because we'll be doing this for probably a month, cleaning parts and getting them blasted.
Can you find a place out here under your tent?
I'm sure I can. I have a few extra sets of wheels I can get rid of.
So you can just leave it out there all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
And instead of these kinds of lights, especially if you're out there, it should be bright enough. They have these LED lights that are basically outdoor security lamps that are all solar powered.
Oh.
And that basically function when there's movement around.
Okay.
So if you had them installed in something like this, so while you're working, they'd be functioning.
Okay.
And you wouldn't have to worry about it.
That'd be one less thing to worry about, yeah.
Just something more to buy. Let's see. I looked at branding right here. I'm going to install them. They're called Bionic Floodlights.
Oh, wow.
By Bionic.
That's a good idea.
Let me see. Here you go. So it's an idea.
Oh, wow, that looks bright.
So you can move those things around up here.
Yeah, that's good.
You can do bright light and it's solar.
Oh, good. Yeah. It was more exciting when the car was in here, but
Oh, yeah.
we've just been taking apart suspension. That was mostly yesterday, getting that all taken apart.
I'm just thinking back to the hours that I spent on on cleaning up the couple of Triumphs that I've had.
Yep. It does take
You're,
a long
you're,
time.
you're looking at a lot of hours cleaning stuff up.
Yep.
Is she going to have enough hours this summer to do that?
Did you see the spreadsheet?
No.
We should take a look at that. In fact, let's go upstairs and we can take a look at that. Or, well, I guess it's already loaded right here. So if you look, I'll put it on this other screen. Okay, so if you look at, well,
If we get too close to this
yeah,
one.
you get close to that one. Okay. So this is the parts that she ordered. A listing of all the Moss Motors parts. And then we have, for example, I'll just go to the engine. This tab shows which jobs need to be done down this left side, and then the estimated number of hours that it's going to take, the actual number of hours that it did take, and then when she completed it is over here. And once she completes a job, I give her credit for the estimated hours, meaning if she does the job faster than the estimate, she's ahead of the game. So typically the actual is less than the estimated hours when the job is done, which is good, but every once in a while it takes her longer. So, and then we have a calendar over here, which kind of lays out the goals for the various days. And these numbers on the left are the weeks. So we don't have a detailed plan out beyond the next week or so. But if we look at the schedule, then it gives a summary of, for example, we looked at the engine, that's this column here. So you can see the days along the left-hand side where she worked on the engine. And then the total number of hours that she's put in is here in row 2, and the total percent relative to the complete engine finish is there. So she's a little less than halfway done with the engine according to this. And then we've got the transmission and cooling and all that other stuff. And she's done some work on some of these here. So this column E lists the number of hours that she's worked on any given day in total. And then column delta here on H is the number of hours that she is short, or she hasn't worked as much as she'd planned. Right now she's almost 35 hours down from the plan. And the plan is over here on column C. So she originally intended to work 7 hours a day, but looking at when she wants to be done, she's going to have to work 8 hours a day. So if you take the projection out for the total number of hours that she is going to work every day based on the number of jobs, it gets to 0 right around the beginning of August. So we cross the 0 point here in week 12. And that's shown graphically on this chart over here. So this is the 0 point, and it crosses. So if she sticks to the plan, then the blue line represents when she's going to finish. Right now she's up at the red line because we spent more time, much more time, taking apart the front suspension than we planned. So mostly this weekend was that work. So we'll see.
But how about, what I didn't see, how about cleaning the front suspension?
That's on there. So if I go to the front suspension tab, let's see. So cleaning the subframe, I gave her 3 hours. Refinishing the front springs, I gave her an hour. That might be a little tight on that one. Refinishing lower control arms, I gave her an hour. Steering knuckle levers, those little steering things, I gave her an hour for this. So depending on the setup that we can get going, it'll depend. So I don't know. We'll see what the estimates turn out like. You're right. It's a lot of cleaning to do.
Yeah, I just remember like the cleaning for me took a long time.
Yeah.
And boy, I had a lot of, I'm gonna call it waste. Of course, I didn't have a big cleaner system like you're putting together.
I hope to make it pretty efficient for her. We'll see.
Mine was basically all out in the gravel.
I've done that plenty of times.
To the side of the front of our driveway.
Yeah.
And of course, it never had any weeds over there.
Okay. Can I get you a beer?
No, I don't need a beer.
All right.
It's just fun looking.
Remembering, yeah. sort of like grandkids. You get to see all the stuff and not have to do the work.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Now it's foolish enough to go on to another car besides the 250.
Right. Actually, if I could get your help lifting this blue thing off of here, I just want to set it on the ground. Is that okay?
Yeah, it should be okay.
Or, you know what we could do? We could set it on this other, hang on a second. We can set it on this other thing, and that way it'll stay high.
Okay.
Let me, let's just pull that around a little bit. If you can just transfer it from there to here, I'll get the other side. Actually, let me lower the top. I don't know if that's going to be good or not. So, make it a little easier to deal with. If you just grab that edge over there, I'll this part. And there's no bending down.
Can we bring it over this way more to get that whole bottom end into here?
I don't think so. I think it's about as far as it's going to go. It seems like it's up against it.
Seems like you got a little room.
Okay, let's try it out. That. I think it's on top of the lip now.
Top there, and it's just on top over there. So, you want to look this?
Let's just go like that. That way it won't fall anyway. Great.
Now, is this something that came with this, or is it?
No, I bought this today at Harbor Freight. It was on their scratch and dent special table for 60% off. I thought, oh, that's perfect. That's what Isabel needs. So, a little bit. 28, 72. Right back.
So you got a piece of plywood on this? And,
I am.
And just to adjust the holes so it gets in your height
Correct.
change?
I'll probably add on top of it, like you said, with some 2x lumber to raise it. I think that might support it better.
That's about flat right there. Done that.
71. Yeah, I'll cut a piece of plywood that'll fit on that. How's the RV?
Fine. Needs to be washed now.
Is that something that you take it to a place? And
No, I'm going to go down and hose her down, and I've got some brush on the end of the hole already. So I've got the sides.
All right.
But it's a pretty. I actually had it out last week to fill it up full of gas and propane.
Okay.
Now what's locking it down there now is all I was thinking is if you get it up to the height you want it, then you use holes in the I'm seeing holes in the plywood measure.
Yep.
Still,
Let's do that.
is that still? You might want to come in and put an extra bolt in through here.
Okay. Good.
I'm just
Yeah, I like that plan.
because the plywood is. How heavy? What do you want? 3/4 inches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's all I've got. So that's
What you have to do is lift this up to the height you want it,
mm-hmm.
or approximate height, because you're going to be using 2x4s too.
Yeah.
But see if you can. Now, another way I could think of doing it is if you had any steel strips. stronger than it. I'm just worried about pushing down
Right.
against the holes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because if you had, then you probably need 3/8 of an inch.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking about ways to structurally.
Okay, the rest of them is black.
Would it be helpful to have a little bit of a table on the side at all? Or do you want this just to be
Well, it would be an extra width.
so then I won't I'll just make this about.
What are your options?
I'm gonna put a piece of plywood here. I think, were you thinking something thinner than 3/4? I can see if I've got that.
No, 3/4 anyway, but what actually I was thinking is if you had 2 pieces of strip steel put on here first. I'm just looking for not being strong for 2 weeks, but for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the plywood's going to give after a while.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, I'll have to see. I don't know.
So if you had
Like,
actually we'll put your bed out on the edge for free. I'll put that something out of one of those shops.
all right, I'm gonna grab some plywood. Do you want to tell them about the front suspension?
Well,
Okay, tell me, what is this?
I mean, I don't know what the name is.
This piece down here fits to the frame? Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's another yeah, so we need to go to help. I have a lot of pictures of the process to this point. Of course, this is when we first dropped it. Or we disassembled it from the frame and then we lifted the top up so the suspension didn't actually drop. I took a bunch of pictures up close and personal with it. And what's cool is when I took the pictures, I didn't really know what I was taking pictures of. But now that I've taken it apart, I can go back and look at the pictures and think, oh, I know where that bolt is. I know what that sign is. I know how that fits together. And that whole thing was really satisfying. We had to, so the springs that were engaged, these things, we had to compress them so we could get they had to break just this whole part and the frame. With the wishbone? No, I forget the name of it. But we had to compress the spring so then it wouldn't, or control the compression.
Yeah, so that when you undo the bolt, it didn't go whong,
Yeah.
come off in your face. Check some steel. Quite substantial. So we were talking about is since you're going to raise this thing 5 or 6 inches, raise it and support it. You raise it basically like squeezing this thing together. When you squeeze it together, you put another bar on it, or you could just put a piece of steel across here on both sides on these pegs, and use that to hold it up. That
That's a good idea. I was trying to think of some way to integrate these things.
we're also talking about just taking this plywood. You can do that too. My concern about plywood is over time that wear.
How would the plywood be applied? How would the plywood be
Side of plywood would drop right on top of these, and then you then build up on top of it. Which may be, if you could, a piece of metal. Yeah, that probably would do. In square, it'd be easier if you. Maybe that's like that. So it's out that side.
Oh, okay.
I'm just thinking of trying to keep it all level.
Yeah, the level is a good idea. Let's see. See what you. So if we come up to about right. Okay, that's too high. Come down a little further down. A little further. Right about there. A little up. And that's about it. That's just about level. So let's see. That'll be. I call it 71 to that line. Okay. So if I make my holes at 71, then they'll just about be level. Okay. That's what I'm hoping for. It won't quite be resting on this, but I could actually put a pad in there.
You can put a pad, yeah.
So your idea was this. I like that idea.
Yeah.
It goes in there.
My concern is that if you bring it up too high, that takes it way out of the level.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think having a piece of metal in there is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I also like this one. Like that. Like this.
And if you have that on one of these, basically you can size it so that the plywood snaps up against to the edge, unless you want it hanging over like so. In like a finished position.
Okay.
Fun again.
It is. All sorts of fun. All right, I'm going to measure my barrels and see what those look like. Oh, 14-inch barrel. Oh yeah, that's a chair for you.
Yeah.
Cyan brought that in. That's her school and work chair. So if I go to there, go to 14. Oh, that's pretty good. That goes up about 4 inches. Okay. Okay. Oh, it can be less. More. Oh. Okay. If I just put a piece of rubber in there, it might hold it apart. Let's see what I got. Now you guys are going to Yuma in October, right?
October, we're going to leave October 1st, I think, now.
October 1st. Okay, good.
I've given Diane a whole itinerary of our trip.
Excellent. And I think we have that on our calendar. Keep track of you as you're going cross country. Okay. Let's see how that goes. That's probably pretty good. That way we can bear on both things.
Gonna put one on the other side too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll synchronize it up. Will you stick this inside that little spot right there? Fantastic. Great. Okay, so what I would like to do is put one of these down here. I'm not sure which one yet. Maybe go like that. I was thinking it'd be cool to tie into the end of this, so I can hold this thing from opening by this and this together. These holes and the outside frame. Oh, and my neighbor is going to tell me if he's got plywood. Not that one. Apparently that's ground.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, this is probably, I could put this through, I could put like little sheet metal screws in or something, and then that would take the place of folding it around the end if I wanted to use this wood or this metal.
Screwing down like this.
Yeah, I could do it that way. It'd be nice if it would come off, you know, like you could have it on, or when you're done, you could just fold this right back up so this thing just lifts off.
Mm-hmm.
That would be beneficial.
Let me limit this.
Right, wouldn't dedicate that frame to being only for this. And you know, sometimes we probably won't be using this thing for a while, so it could just be stored flat up against somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, my neighbor's going to tell me if he has a piece of plywood soon. And that'll help us.
Should I disassemble that?
Yeah, that wouldn't hurt. Yeah, if you want to disassemble that,
It's okay to do that outside?
sure, you can just do it right in place. I think that's probably good. Just go that way. I take that chair out. Pop, you want to hang out with her while she disassembles suspension?
Which chair? I wasn't gonna take a chair out. Maybe this pad.
No, I'm fine sitting here. How about you?
All right.
I wonder.
Well, I wonder if we could bring it in. It'd be better to do it here.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Think we could?
It's supposed to be.
I don't
They
know.
were talking about rain this week. So.
Rain.
I thought it was going to be 75 degrees by Wednesday, but now they're talking about rain.
You want to work over here? How about that? Here, hang on. Don't do that yet. Does that seem about the right size? Right there?
Oh.
We'll take advantage of our resources here, and you can work on it on the lift. Okay? We would just need to figure out how to get it in here.
Yep.
Which could be a bit of a challenge. Of course, I do have my neighbor.
Yeah. Would you be interested to help?
Hey,
lift
neighbor.
heavy
Could you?
things?
Yeah, he might. Might be interested to help out.
If you get lifted up, I can hold on to it. My problem is just bending over.
You know what you might do is take the sprays off of it first. I think that's only 4 bolts on each side.
Okay.
And I think they're
Like this?
9/16 with a deep well socket. So take PV blaster out, that red tool, a little wire brush so you can clean off the threads, because you don't want to have to grind all that junk into the nut as you're backing it out. You want the nut to be, or the shaft to be clean. So take this with you.
Oh, that wire brush?
Yeah, and a pair of safety glasses. Don't use that. The socket set is not the correct one because it doesn't have 9/16 deep. But
Deep. Yeah, it doesn't.
this one is. I think that's the right size.
Now, all the nuts that have been in under torque, shouldn't they all be replaced?
Maybe. I guess probably the critical ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And if that's the case, then you just
You got PV blaster?
toss them all.
That one, that one, that one. You got your. That might be it.
Glasses?
Oh, glasses. 3.5. Yeah, or 3.4. Or that thing. Yeah, that'll work. That'll do it. I'll open the door so you can yell in if you need some other tool.
Alright.
And this car has overdrive, so that's going to be
Yeah.
fun. We get to take that apart, and she gets to learn how the transmission works, synchronizers, and counter shaft, and reverse gear, and then the overdrive. And a few of the parts are available, so it should be
Now,
good.
has the overdrive been out, or has the transmission been out before, or has it been cleaned up a bit?
Well,
It looks,
I mean,
it
we
looks,
cleaned.
it looks cleaner than the engine anyway.
She definitely cleaned it. I mean,
Okay.
she pressure washed that thing for a good amount of time, and she
Okay.
soaked it with engine cleaner.
Okay.
Here's something that you might find interesting. I'll take the dipstick out. Look at how clean the oil is on the end of that.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen a transmission with oil that clean. Yes, Isa. Flip it over. Okay, I can probably help you with that. Yeah, and then run a little bit of lubricant on them. That'd be great. One of the nice things about this car is it doesn't seem like it's been apart before.
I imagine you're putting new calipers on.
Correct.
Shocks, are you going to, those lever shocks are always a pain to rebuild.
Yeah, the machine shop said if they feel good, then just check the oil level and make sure they're full.
Okay.
So we have shock oil from Moss. So we'll just run them through their travel and see how they feel.
Okay.
This one is a little bit wet, and I don't know if that's from the shock itself or from something else, and that one is dry. It could have been the way Isabel pressure washed it.
Yeah.
So if anything, we might have a leaker there. We're replacing the rear shock absorbers. Hold on. That one.
You don't have to have another piece of metal that's exactly the same, do you?
I do. I
That
have
one?
two. Yeah.
I put the same on both sides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I just have to determine which one of these is going to fit better, given all this stuff here. So we'll see. This barrel is 17 and a half. No, it's wider than that. So the barrel's pretty wide. I think that means my cross piece has got to go outside of that.
When you say cross piece, what are you talking about?
These, if they're inside as far as they need to be to hit the pins, they're going to be infringing on that the barrel thing that hangs down. Unless I can lift it all up above the barrel sleeve, which that's going to raise me too high. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll put the pins in here, and then I'll just relieve cut that a little bit for the barrel. That'll probably be fine. Yeah. And for that reason, I'll use one more of those. It'll certainly be easier to cut that stuff too than this heavy stuff. How's it going out there?
Well, I need to loosen it up. It seems like.
You need to persuade them to come off. You might need a lever from the top side as well. You know, you could reach in underneath that U and provide prying force.
To get the bolts out?
Yeah, you might benefit from prying them, either the plates that are underneath those bolts or the bolts themselves on the underside. Either one might be made easier. So. That'll allow me to do that.
Hey guys,
Hello.
we
How
did
are
a
you?
tour of all the rhododendrons that we could find.
Okay.
That was nice.
Good.
And I just chatted with Jake out in the. He's on his way over with plywood. He said he'd see me in a minute.
I was so glad to get my jacket off.
Yeah, she got
Burning
really
up?
warm. Yeah,
And
she got
very
her.
well.
She got her furnace cooking.
Yeah.
Got your furnace cooking.
Yeah.
You want to have a chair?
You want to hold a warm hand?
You have a warm hand? Let's
I'm
see.
sure I do.
Hmm.
Your hands are warm.
Maybe it
You've been
feels warm
working.
to you.
We walked real close to the rhododendron at the church up the street,
Oh,
and
okay.
And one of the bees, and there were all these bees flying around.
Bees.
Yeah, in the rhododendrons. I'm thinking somebody must have a beehive because that's.
A beehive? Really?
Oh, and then Joey, I was telling Mom that Joey got a beehive yesterday because he's gonna start doing
Honey?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
going to
good.
be an
Apiary.
APA.
Apiary.
He's in a bee club.
Oh,
He bought
good.
his hive. He's getting the suit. And Greg's cousin gave him. When we went to visit Greg's cousin down in Tucson, he had just gotten rid of a bunch of his bee stuff, and
Oh.
but he had some extra stuff, and he sent it for us to give to Joey, and it was the smokers and a bunch of books and it's a centrifuge. So you put the comb in the centrifuge and you spin it, and the honey comes out of it.
Oh, neat.
So
Isn't that amazing?
yeah. So
What
and he's
gift.
knowledgeable. Anyway, he was getting rid of it all because he's leaving and going to Portugal with his wife. So yeah.
Bill Ward was talking with, we've been talking with him off and on, but he called us one day and he apparently had a whole swarm of bees in his tree.
Oh wow.
And they weren't just in one spot, they were in a couple spots in the tree. Let's see.
Wow.
I have pictures of it here.
Huh.
But then he had a hard time getting anybody to come out and taking it.
Well, I know
Well, they're
that
not honeybees.
Greg's
But they were
cousin,
honeybees.
Okay.
Greg's cousins had his beehive turned into, like, I think a queen took over it that was an Africanized honeybee.
Oh.
An African honeybee
Yeah.
queen.
Yeah, and
They're the mean
so
ones.
and they're the exactly, Mom knows. And so they come out and they sting you, and they just
Well, not the
anyway,
queens.
the bees,
Yeah. She
Yeah.
makes the regular hive and forces them to build African drones.
Yes.
right, and then those guys come out and they attack. And so it's really hard to get the honey, and apparently the honey's really yummy. It's better than the regular honeybee honey, except you get stung more. And so he said,
Well, his wife was getting stung when she just come out of the house.
so he got rid of all of his stuff, but was it because of that or because of a microbe?
Nope, it was because of that.
Because of that, they destroyed the hive.
Oh.
Because it was just too.
Yeah.
Nobody
Well-
wants to have a hive that's like that.
No, you don't want a wild hive.
So Joey is in the. I'll show you a picture of his hive. He's only sent us one. Oscar went with them and he got stung a couple times just the other day.
But the new hive is the honeybees.
Yeah. Yeah. That. And then he sent us. That's his new hive. In the back of the
Oh,
truck. You can
okay.
see the
Yeah.
bees on it.
Yeah. Wow.
And Joey says they're really upset right now because they're transitioning.
Yeah.
So that's
That's where home.
That's where home has been, and the guy's getting out of the bee business.
Oh.
So Joey thought that he'd have to wait till next year to get his hive,
Oh.
and but this guy in the bee club said that he was going to get rid of his hives. And so Joey thought he'd buy one and start with one.
And see what happens.
He's on a huge learning
Now,
curve,
if
and
he
this
puts
is
in-
a great time for him to do it because
Yeah.
he's not taking classes over the summer. He's just doing flooring.
So
and
if he
managing
does,
Oscar.
if he gets a second hive, will the from the same place that he got the first hive, will they know each other?
I
Good
I
question.
don't know because it seems like each hive would have its own queen. So I don't know how the interaction would be.
I don't either.
But I just learned something new yesterday. Is that bees eat honey? That's their food.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. And Joey started laughing, and then he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Mom," because he felt embarrassed that he felt bad. I don't know if it was embarrassed, but he felt bad that he laughed at me. And I said, "No, I just don't know very much about bees." But I told him that the whole meaning of that bee movie that came out, I need to rewatch it. So I said, "Oh, that's why they were so particular about people taking their honey."
Yeah.
Because I just didn't even know. So.
Well, and that's why they can smoke them and then get the honey
Mhm.
and then
That's right.
let it clear.
Papa, can I scoot you over a little bit?
And I watched
Sure.
I watched
Or something here.
when we were in Minnesota when I was a kid. They had the hives,
Just a moment.
and the hives hibernate.
Okay, there you
They
go.
hibernate
Right there is perfect.
longer.
Yeah, well, they hibernate because you get snow.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
was asking.
everything freezes.
I was asking Joey what's going to happen in the winter because it does get below what it.
Maybe you can bring him inside the house and put him in Oscar's room.
Yeah. Yeah,
He'll
and
have
then
to
he'll
stay
fall
nice and
asleep
warm.
to
The humming.
the humming sound.
So relaxing. Papa, you can sit in that chair there if you like.
Maybe you could train them.
Yeah.
Still looking for this thing for you.
What's that?
Bill sent me a picture of some bees in his yard.
Mm.
So
For some reason I
how
can't find it.
is this going? Are you happy with that? The size now that you have them next to each other?
I am. It's going to work out great. Your dad's been helping me with ideas about how to set it up, and
Okay.
so I'm doing his first idea, which is some straps.
Oh. Okay.
And based on that, I may not even need to use plywood at all.
I know that that's what Jake's doing right now is finding plywood for you, right?
Well, he was looking for some plywood. I don't know if he's still doing that.
Okay.
What else could you use?
Well, I don't
Would it
actually.
have to be
maybe-
absorbent, and like plywood would be a little bit?
I think your husband was saying 2x lumber, 2x4 or 2x6. I think I might
Oh.
have either one of
He
That's
those.
wants to
really
raise
thick.
it 6 inches.
Maybe 4 inches.
What about your corrugated plastic? A couple layers of that.
Well, the solvents that are going to be used in this tank might not be super friendly on all plastics.
Okay. That's our other project car.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. The first car comes first, and then the second car comes second.
That's how it goes. Yep. And sometimes another car jumps,
Or
but that's fine.
a friend brings their car over and say,
And it's more urgent. Yeah.
Boy, that's
"Can you
happened.
take a look?"
That certainly has happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably need to do a little bit of homework.
You do?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I'll go up.
I thought you were done.
We probably ought to get going here too. I was just seeing if I could find this one picture.
Oh, all of them?
And I have a bunch of reading to do for it.
This is kind of what it looked like in this yard because it came out of the tree.
Okay.
Oh,
What's
that's kind
that?
of disturbing.
12
Oh, yes.
millimeters,
Isn't that amazing?
11.
That was.
Did you show?
Where was it?
St. George, Utah.
Did you show Greg?
Wow. Yeah, Greg will want to see that.
My goodness. And now, what is it?
You're
They're on
gone
the
now.
threshold of
Well,
his house?
They finally left.
Actually, they're in the threshold of his house and also in the sidewalk.
Oh,
Okay.
all over the sidewalk. Thick.
And what he was concerned about is having some little kid come running through.
Uh-huh.
Or riding his bike through.
As funny as it is awful.
Uh-huh.
But he finally got somebody who was a bee hobbyist who came out
Oh.
all and basically got hold of the. It was not. They weren't Africanized.
And,
Got hold of the queen.
and he was
That's
real
pretty
happy.
amazing. Except
He
that
was
he had.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. I'm going to get a hug.
Yeah.
David's not, but I am. Thank you.
Okay, have a good time.
I am really having a good time. This car is so much fun.
That's why you do this.
Yep. Oh, perfect. That's amazing. Wow. Great. Huh. Okay. How is your thing going?
Good. Now I need halves.
Halves?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because there's another part that needs to come off, and it's half.
I'm trying to imagine what that is.
Okay.
Let's see.
These are all millimeters. This is not what I'm looking for.
So yes, you're right, that part does need to come off, but it's what holds the spring stack together in the middle. And we don't need to take the spring stack apart yet. You can just leave the spring as one leaf unit. And then we'll deal with those also.
So am I taking the leaf springs off?
Off the axle, but not apart from themselves yet.
I didn't see a way to do that.
Okay,
Did you see a way to do that?
I did. Maybe what I could do is make it even tighter. How about that? Even tighter. Let's do that. What do we have here? I'll go 10. 10, 23, 10, 24. Okay. Do. Oh, it'll work. Okay. I'm going to perfect. Let's go like that. Oh. Pretty good. Pretty good. And 71 is the center. Oh, that's pretty good too. Well then, here's what we can do. Switch this out. All right, and then switch it out. Hopefully those pins don't break off of there. I wonder if I should put a piece of angle iron along the back. That might be the best. I think that's quite possible. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work fine. Good. Let's see. Oh, that's not going to work. Let's see. That's not it either. Maybe. Maybe baby. One. Almost. Right. Okay, and we'll go one and left, which is not there. So we'll try. Oh, maybe this one. Puts up a little bit. Should work. Right there, and one that's about here should do it. Close, very close. Okay, that's about 14 centimeters at most. So 14 centimeters, we can go right to about there. 10:16. Do it. Oh, you know what? Good. And good. Nice. Okay, that'll work right there. Good. 10:16, 10:15. Fantastic. move this over. Stick it there. Sweet. Sweet. Papa, that was a great idea. So, next is probably 2x4s right there. Or, if they go over a little, they'll be on top of that. So 17.8-ish. It's a little less than half. That's 398.5. 399. It's a half a millimeter off. Okay. Good deal. Wow, that's awesome. Now it's time for some cross pieces. Probably well, if I went on the outside, they could sit.
Look at you.
Yeah, check me out. On the outside, this thing could sit in there. That's going to fall down. Oh, I'm going to see where's my height here. So that's 27.5 centimeters.
Hey, where'd you get that one long socket from?
I got that from this set, which it shouldn't have come from,
Okay.
but it was just here.
Where should it have been?
It should have been on a set that looks like that for standard, which I don't know where that went, oddly enough. But yeah, that piece goes with it too whenever you find it. Kind of seems like it's not. I thought I had another one of these. Sometimes things get placed in weird spots. Oh, look, another one. Maybe it got placed down here. Sure enough, here it is. So, oh wait, Yeah, so this is what I should have handed you, was the clear one of these. But you can just put that. Well, see, I'm missing a rack, and it's got all the standard deep sockets on it. The whole rack is missing.
Is 11?
11/16 is bigger than 5/8. A lot of nuts on suspension are 11/16, whereas the bolts that they screw onto have a 5/8 head. But not all, of course, it's different. Okay, so if this is 275 and the barrel is almost 360. 275 to 360, or maybe 358. So if it was 275 to 355, well, that would be 20 plus 50, 30 plus 50.
Is mom upstairs with Grandma and Papa? They're still here?
75 to 55 would be 30 plus 50. So that would be 80 millimeters. But then I actually want to go between 80 and 85 millimeters. Higher. 80 to 85 millimeters higher. So that is, whoa, 89 millimeters is a 3.5-inch piece of wood. So if I drop that piece of wood into the bottom of this recess, that would be 15, 10, that'd be 8 millimeters off. So if I went, so 3.5 inches is 89 millimeters minus 8 millimeters is 81 millimeters. This is 9, this is 8. So 89 minus 8 is 81. So if I put a 3.5-inch piece of plywood on top of this guy, I'm going to gain 81 millimeters overall, which takes me from 275 plus 81. Well, if it was 80, that would be 56. Oh, that would be 356. And I needed to be 357, 8, 9-ish. So it seems like I'm going to even get a couple millimeters of preload across this. Or I could put a rubber pad on top of the 2x4. So let's do that. Oh, it's angled. Huh. Oh, right, because it's the base of a sink. So it's angled. Well, and I'll just put rubber strips down the side. And that way the whole thing will sit on rubber. And I'm going to go, these need to be about 50 millimeters-ish, 50 centimeters-ish, to maximum would be 57. 50 to 57. And this makes the most sense at about 53. So let's go 55 would be 2 centimeters off, one on each side. 55. I could taper them. Maybe not. It's definitely not even hitting it there. So maybe I go 53. I go 53 and then out a little bit so that they end up being 53 to, oh, I can just fit inside this boundary, can't I? Perfect. 52 and a half. Or 5249. 5248. 5249. 524. 524. 524. So you need a couple 2x4s, 524 long, and they'll fit perfectly. Okay, 524. 524. 524. Before I go. Probably clean that up. 2 at 524. 524. 524. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, you bet. Take this apart inside the here you want to do the nasty clean, although thing with his dad, with your dad, then we'll do it. I'm gonna make a loud sound because I love loud sound. I love loud sound. Nice. Now, I got a mark for those little tiny cuts. Oh, I should do the nasty side. Because I'm going to cover it up. Oh, it's a different size. That's weird. Huh. It fits better like that. Okay. Such is the way of things. Okay. That way, the tiniest bit. Nice. That is so it. Great. One is done. The distance between these is going to be approximately 24 inches. Wow, great deal. I think that's going to be a winner. Sweet. Now, screw or three right there should hold this thing up. I guess I could do what would it be like if I wanted another piece right there? I could move this thing over center and put the barrel a little bit that way. We should do a test fit. I could actually put the barrel right here and center the barrel on the bar, which would be nice. That would be nice. So width of the barrel sleeve is 17.5. And the barrel sleeve is going to set in here a certain amount. So maybe I build it upside down now. Upside down. That's the way to do it. Or I can set it on here. Maybe. Upside down or on here. Let's see what we got. So what if I put it right there? That's not going to work. Maybe upside down is the best choice. Upside down could be on here. Yeah. Totally could. And then I'm going to have to move the lamp. Either one of these could be the front, I guess. Right. So I could put, oh, I can't get much wider at all, in fact. So the bucket is going to go right there and sit against here. I'll move that over. The bucket's going to sit there. And this guy will go at that very edge. This guy will go at that very edge. On the inside and the outside of the pin. Then the bucket is almost centered. We are shuttled that direction. So if we flip it, does it change anything? Probably not. This is symmetrical, right? Because we're talking about this. So if I put this over here, that goes that way. Doesn't matter. What I would like to do is scoot this whole thing this way to get more centered. However, in doing that, I become offset on the bucket holder. Oh, let's check our bucket height while we're doing nothing. The bucket height is, no, I didn't account for the drain. Oh, we can't do that because we have a gap. And the gap is about 60. About 60. So if the gap is 60, then this would need to be 420-ish. And this is 400 to the drain. So now it's 408 to the not drain. I'm going to have to put some rubber on this thing to get myself up there. Okay, so can I put the edge of the container right there? What's up with that thing? Oh, I can cut that lip out, can't I? And then I can slip the container inside. Ooh, that's good. And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pump up. I could pump up from the very center. I would need a power, and I would need a pipe. Power and a pipe. Or what could I do? Could I put a hole in the container? No, I don't want to do that because I want to seal it up if I'm not using it. So I'm going to want to space that container out. So I'm going to put the pipe and the power cord out this side and run them around. So that means this shelf is going to be duplicated. What do we got in here? So that thing sits there, and pretty much what I need is that to be sealed. Because I want to make sure to drop the solvent below the lid of the bucket. Although, if the bucket is sitting on there, it won't matter. So then I need one of those, which is 30 millimeters. And then I'll have plenty of room for the cords and that'll be fine. 30 millimeters. So I need a piece of something on the front that's 30 millimeters, and that'll hold the bucket. Okay, 30 millimeters. So what's that? That's 37. They have to be straight. Oh, these are going to have to go up higher, aren't they? Let's see, how much higher are they going to have to go up? That's 48 millimeters. So, I should probably measure from here to the bar. That's what I'll do. That guy's going to sit there. These guys are going to go on here, plus something. And this is going to go here. Okay, so if I come down, let's go off this side for a minute, because that's going to get us actually a lot closer to our goal. Not perfect, but closer. So now, the base of this is there, so the height is going to be just about 32 and a half to 32, and I need 36 with the lid. Let's see. Yeah. 35 and a half to 36, so 35.7, 357. And I've got 324. Instead of 57, 34, 44, 54. So it's about 33 millimeters up. I need to gain 33 millimeters here and 30 millimeters there. And that'll be just about perfect. So millimeters. Guess I could just rip it. We come this way just a bit, we're inside the pin to here. That's just about outside the pin there, and this is inside the pin, so about right there. So then, yeah, that pushes the bucket the wrong way. Let's not do that. Let's support the bucket like this. Oh, balls. With my oil filter. I gotta move that thing. It's totally in the way now. That's no good. That doesn't matter. I'll move it. Move the oil filter. A little more. Just a little higher. Maybe. Okay. So that's where the pin is there. So that's good. I think. Yep. So that'll sit like so. That'll sit like so. Now the bucket is almost centrally supported, which is great. And we are a little offset, but maybe not too much. And when this thing folds up, it doesn't matter. Okay. So let's say it goes here. I'm going to scooch that in the amount that I need to clear my oil filter, which is right here. Which I could notch the back for the oil filter. Shoot. Alex wants to come in 30 to 45 minutes. Alex. "30 to 45 minutes. That means he's going to be here while we're eating food. Well, I don't think that's going to work. That's not going to work. Will be no, I need Hey there.
I'm gonna be reading, and Isabel's sleeping at the counter.
Huh. Alex wants to come over and repair our cars right now and pound out the dents, but I'm telling him no because I need a little bit of lead time to get the door panels off and take off the hood insulation. So I'm going to tell him either tomorrow or Wednesday would work.
Okay.
After work. How's that?
Doesn't matter to me. It's gonna be what works best for you.
Well, the weather seemed to cooperate tomorrow and Wednesday as well. So I just, I'm going to probably need like an hour.
Where,
Yeah.
but I can go to work with that car?
Yeah, because he'll come by later than that.
Okay.
Or I guess the other thing I could do is I could just pop off the hood liner.
Unless I can take the black car to work.
Well, the black car has the dent he's going to fix as well, so
Okay.
we'll figure it out.
Alright. Well, somebody can just drop me off and pick me up. If you need the car home.
Yeah. 2 hours. Let's see. We'll go with that. Okay, so I've got an hour. I'm getting the oil filter. Alright. So the OD of this guy is 95-ish. 95 minus. Minus, and okay, so I guess I can go like this. Just stop. That actually doesn't have to sit perfectly 90. That could be something else. So right now this is 80. So if we go 95, that's 47. About right there. Dude, stop. Oh my god. That's fine. That's great. Super great. So then we'll center the support about right there. So that's going to work for this guy. Right there, that's good. I think it's good. So I will cut this out approximately now that I don't actually think that needs to be anything, does it? I think I can just go like that. Like that. This guy. Here. About like so. That's more than enough. Okay. Then we got to figure out how to gain 30-ish millimeters, 33 millimeters to sit on top of that lip. Which we're going to figure out. So let's cut those guys. Okay. Isa, where's the stuff?
Great.
Hi there. How's it going?
Okay.
What you got?
Put you on speaker.
Put me on speaker.
All right. So Joey needs Marvin and Lynn's contact, one of their phone numbers.
Okay.
His bees are pretty mad, and they
Okay.
he said he walked out the front door and one of the bees flew into his forehead, and Bud got stung once.
Well, this is exciting.
And so he's and can you hear? Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. He is going to have one of his bee friends come and pick up the hive tomorrow, and they're going to replace the queen because they're not sure if maybe that hive got Africanized.
Africanized.
So now Joey's calling the neighbors and letting them know that the bees are going to be gone tomorrow. Is that correct, Joey?
Yeah, 11:30 a.m.
I'm sorry. He says that it's been real stressful.
Yeah.
I have sympathy for you, Joey. I'm very excited that you're doing this thing, and wild animals or insects are not always behaving predictably.
Right. Yeah.
And Daddy just sent you the contact. Was it Marvin or Lynn?
Well, from what I know, they have a home phone,
Okay.
and I'm not sure if they have a cell phone. So there you go.
Yeah, I just wanted to get them before their walk.
Okay.
If I can't get them all in the room, I'll just run to their house.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, do that. They're going to be so happy that you came over and warned them. They're going to be really happy.
I think I should go to their house.
No. You call him first. He says he's gonna call him first because otherwise he's gonna get attacked by bees when he goes out.
Really?
But he says that if they don't answer, then he's gonna run up the street anyway.
That's exciting.
All right. Well, now to me, from what Andy says, we'll have to switch it out.
Hey, actually, that might work out just fine. So close. Anyway, number 2. Oh my. Fantastic. Line this guy up here. Good. So a cross piece would have to clear the filter in the back. Okay. Good. Good. Right now, if I put that guy there. Perfect. It's a great fit. 2 millimeters gap. Okay. Then I need approximately 36 centimeters to the lip of the barrel with the lid, so 35.7. We're at about 35.3. But if I put the barrel on top of here, then I'm going to need to go to, oh, I could move the barrel over. Okay, in any event, I'm going to need to go to 30, so this is 32.1-ish, 321, and I need 358, 357. Okay, so 357 is what I need with the lid off the barrel. 357, 358. And this is 321-ish. 321 and a half. So 321 to 357. Well, that's 36. So I need 36 millimeters of gain on top of these guys here. And I said the 2x4 was, the difference between 2x4 and 2x6 was 38 millimeters? Or was it more? Let's see. Hey kitty cat, what's going on? That's a lot. That's 48. So I need 36 millimeters. Hey kitty cat. And maybe I should rip it. Rip it good. $36 millimeters minus the rubber, because I'll set it on rubber. So these guys, 36 millimeters minus the rubber. And the rubber is, oh, where's the rubber? No. Let's see, do I want the rubber on top of the barrel? I guess I could make a rubber seal. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Because the barrel's going to sit on steel at the front and whatever I make on the other side. So 36 millimeters minus No way. 3.6 millimeters. So that's 33 millimeters minus 0.6. So it's about 32.5 millimeters of lift. So we're going to rip 32.5, 33, 32 millimeters on top of this guy.
Now we'll